turning pages, night turning days. I'm tired of waiting, I gotta make it.
What's up, y'all? It's been a while since we've talked about the Cavs, and we got a lot, right? We got to talk about these Cavs jerseys, we got to talk about the Cavs in general, and we got to talk about the potential trade rumors of Collin Sexton being in a signing trade for Mike Conley. But before we get in that, if you are not subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're already subscribed, share it to somebody who ain't subscribed, because with y'all, I can get there. But with all that being said, though, let's talk about the Cavs, you know what I'm saying? And if you like today's content, go there and smash that like button so we can tell that YouTube algorithm to share this video with the world, you know what I'm saying? But further ado, because I know y'all been waiting for a long time for me to drop, a while, it's been a couple of weeks actually, let's talk about these Cavs, man. So before we talk about the jerseys, right, we got to talk about how we seen Evan Mobley getting in some hoop sessions with Kevin Durant, man. And I'm kind of excited because we know Evan Mobley potential is high. But when you out there working out with KD, getting drills in with KD, hooping with KD, you know what I'm saying, you already a unicorn, the sky's the limit, you get what I'm saying? So I'm excited next season, right? But something I'm kind of shaky on for next season is these jerseys, right? I think a lot of us is kind of hesitant, especially that red one, because honestly, I'm not going to lie to you, I kind of thought these was like Summer League jerseys, because the first one I did technically see was that red one. I'm like, you know, I guess it's decent. And then I found out these was the actual uniforms for the Cavs. I'm like, ugh. Now, the black one I kind of like because it reminds me of that 2016 Pride jersey, just without sleeves. The white one is kind of cool. They just don't look like just jerseys, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but they just don't look like the jerseys of old, like, you know what I'm saying, like the old Cavs jerseys, or if you've seen some old Philadelphia jerseys, or just even like when the NBA was still signed with Adidas, them type of jerseys was really cool. I don't know, I think Nike is kind of settling right now. I'm not sure, maybe this is just the ideas the Cavs really want it, but I don't know, I just feel like they could have been a little bit more just to represent the city, you know what I'm saying? Even last year I think those jerseys was a lot better, right? And then also let's talk about Collin Sexton, right? Because for some weird reason, people is really saying that it's speculated that Collin Sexton could potentially be traded in a sign-in trade for Mike Conley, right? And the problem I have with that is that I would never do that, ever. Like, unless they're going to give us Mike Conley and Donovan Mitchell, that's the only way I would even consider that. Or if they're going to give us Mike Conley and like 4 first-round picks, because that's the only way that's fair. Like, I'm not giving up Collin Sexton for Mike Conley, who's at the back end of his career. Yes, Mike Conley could be a very productive player on the Cavs, but not for the expense of Collin Sexton. I just think that price is way too high. Even though we are going to have to eventually pay Collin Sexton some money, right? I understand that, but not on the expense of receiving Mike Conley. I just don't think that is a fair trade. That is not a fair deal. I do not think it makes sense for the Cavs, and I think a lot of us agree with that statement, because let's be real here, the Cavs right now, with the team we have constructed right now, could very well make the playoffs. Yes, the Eastern Conference has gotten stronger. You got to take out the Brooklyn Nets, but then you got the Detroit, you got Indiana that could be decent. You got Atlanta that could be decent, even though they lost in the Drew League. And then you got a couple of other teams that's like not ringing a bell right now, but the East is better. The East definitely is better, especially those bottom tier teams. The bottom tier teams is really good. They can get that 8, 7, 6 seed in the East. You know what I'm saying? So the Cavs got to be on their P's and Q's, but the Cavs can. They got the roster to do it. They got the depth to do it. All they have to do is stay healthy, right? And I just don't think Mike Conley makes this better, especially when we already just signed Ricky Rubio. Now, I understand that we're not going to get Ricky Rubio at start because he's still recovering from that injury more than likely. So we're probably going to get him around December, January, maybe a little later, depending on how productive we are. But let's be real here. Since we got since we got Ricky Rubio, we got Darius Garland, we got Karis LeVert, you know what I'm saying? We got Ochi. I mean, we got Collin Sexton. Do we truly need Mike Conley right now? The quick answer is no. Let's be real here. Mike Conley's a good player, but not for the expense of Mike Conley. I mean, oh my God, not for the expense of Collin Sexton. Let's be real here. I'm not paying that ticket for Mike Conley. Nobody in the NBA will pay that ticket for Mike Conley. And this is why Mike Conley hasn't been moved yet, because that ticket right there is way too high. And before we get off, because I was going to end the video here, but on the subject of Collin Sexton and trade rumors, would y'all potentially consider trading for Donovan Mitchell if it meant trading Collin Sexton, maybe Isaac Okoro, a couple first round, let's for business say, let's say 2 first round picks, and let's say Jetty Osman? Would you be willing to make that deal to get Donovan Mitchell? I'm just curious. Tell me down in the comments below, but I'm really curious to see if y'all would pull the plug for Donovan Mitchell.
That's Atlantis with that money.